So hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a patch breakdown. It's actually a huge patch with the new DLC. We obviously know what there is in here. There's 3 new civilizations. There's also the water rework that has just dropped into the live servers. This is now officially live servers we're talking about. And there's also a massive patch. Like, look at how small this thing is. There's so much to talk about. This could be an hour-long video, but it's super important. You don't want to miss this video. Trust me, watch it start to finish. Just listen to it on the side. Because there's going to be so much information about the game and what's to come that you just have to know about it, or else you're going to either fall behind in terms of competitiveness, or you're just going to be lost in terms of like what's actually happening in the game and in the community. So with all that said, let's go ahead. I'm going to break it down the whole thing for you today, so you don't have to do any thinking of yourself. All you have to do is like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's get started. So this is the, of course, next update. It's with the Last Chieftains DLC. So they say, welcome to our new update for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, headlined by the Naval overhaul to refresh water combat, economy, and ship balance, including a new Hulk line counter to fire ships. Several civilizations also gain access to catapult galleons, further shaking up late-game naval pressure and shoreline siege options. Multiplayer gets a quality of life boost with the new cross-platform voice chat feature in lobbies, plus added accessibility options like text-to-speech and speech-to-chat. Visually, the update rolls out new regional garrison flags and civilization-specific waypoint/gather point flags, alongside new profile icons for every civilization. It also features an Inca overhaul to align with the new DLC's South American civilization lineup, plus a refreshed Pachacuti campaign and a broad sweep of bug fixes and balance changes driven by player feedback. Okay, so a ton of things coming up, of course. While there are plenty of notable fixes and features to which to look forward in today's build, here are some of the big highlights coming with this month's update. They say this month's update, but this is actually like the biggest update of the year. So naval gameplay update, new voice chat feature. Okay, that's just a summary. It's basically summarizing what I just said. Thanks again to everyone who worked on it. All right, the game stability and performance. We'll read everything, by the way, today, I think. Fix the crash happening upon pressing the restart button on the escape menu while watching a replay. Good. Okay, they're just fixing some crashes. We're going to skip that, actually. Achievements. Fix the conditions preventing players from unlocking the Tour d'Italy achievements. Okay, no problem. Added new graphics for Javelina. Sure. I guess that's the new boar. Okay. Fix an issue showing wrong farm texture on certain ground types. That's actually pretty good. Fix elite caravel graphics from not displaying some elements. That's very good. Okay, just fixing some textures and visualizations, no problem. Audio, couple things fixed, no big deal. Added the new South American UI, which actually looks quite nice. Take a look at that, very stony. I don't mind that at all. It's quite nice. All right. Added the new reporting options to the lobby report menu. Okay. Fixed Flemish Militia being displayed in Burgundian tech tree to be available after researching Flemish Revolution instead of being available from Feudal Age by default. Sounds good. A bunch of stuff that I don't really care about too much. Okay, hold on. Removed some units and text incorrectly showing as available/unavailable from some civilizations' tech trees. Okay, so just cleaned up the game a little bit. Added a new stats icon for units that ignore armor or deal damage over time. So amount of damage over time is displayed as part of the damage tooltip. So now we have this. So that's damage over time. Oh no, that's ignoring armor. So ignoring armor for melee, ignoring armor for ranged, damage over time for melee, damage over time for ranged. Okay, that's actually quite good visually. I like that. Updated icons for careening and dry dock technologies. Yeah, pretty good. Why not? Major flag update. With this update, we are updating 2 different types of flags. Regional garrison flags on top of buildings and ships, and waypoint and gather point flags unique to each civilization. This is a really big deal, actually. So these are regional flags. Okay. The new garrison flags are linked to the architecture sets. Okay, and these are the architecture set flags. Interesting. And I imagine this would be like the player color. Like, these are red, but if you're playing blue in game, they're going to be blue. If you're playing green, they're going to be green, etc. Settings. Added force runaway escape move and disable runaway escape move launch parameters to make runaway/escape control plus right click move behavior either default, no control needed, or disabled completely. Control makes no difference. I don't even know what control does. Like this, they added this function recently, and I don't think it actually does anything. Like I haven't seen anyone use this in any form of competitive way whatsoever. I'm really shocked it's even like a thing here. I'm not seeing this do anything, but fair enough. Apparently, people are using that somehow. Hotkeys. Sure. Let's take a look. I mean, looks like they're just fixing a few hotkey things. I'm not too worried about that actually. Normalize the stop and auto scout hotkeys behavior on scouts. That's good. When bound to the same hotkey, the stop command would now be prioritized. That's really good. I just bound them to different hotkeys though, and it's good to go. Okay, fair enough. Multiplayer. Added new voice chat feature for multiplayer lobbies. Voice chat support has now been added to Steam. Voice chat is now cross-platform for all platforms. Text-to-speech and speech-to-chat options have been added to all platforms. New voice chat features can be controlled in settings and audio. This is crazy. So they're adding voice chat to multiplayer lobbies, not ranked games, only lobbies. So you can voice chat with friends or people that you know or people that are joining your lobby. So you can't just hop on voice chat in ranked. So like you're not going to be speaking with randoms if you don't want to. And also, you can choose to opt in or out of this, multiplayer voice. This is a step in the right direction. I actually do like this. This is good. Xbox, we're going to probably skip through that. PlayStation will skip through that as well. But if you're interested, feel free to pause and just take a read. Gameplay, okay. Bulwarks can now be placed on elevated terrain. That is a huge buff to the poles. It's not going to make them stronger, but it's going to make them easier and smoother to play. I like this one. So how it works currently is that you need to have a 3x3 space with no elevation whatsoever. Like this, even if you have some elevation, you're still able to place it, which is much better. So you're going to be able to farm a lot easier with the poles now. Villagers now start gathering from nearby chicken automatically after building a mill. Fair enough. Fixes. Oh my goodness. We fixed the entire game apparently. Let's see if pathing will be fixed. I'll read through these. Fixed an issue where units with a ranged charge attack could fire instantly when ungarrisoning from a siege weapon. That's perfect. So that was the fire lancer abuse with the siege towers. A lot of people were confused about that. This is just addressing that, so now it's fixed. It was a bug before, and it was being abused by every player, so made for a bit of an unfortunate Red Bull ladder qualifier, but now it's been fixed. Fixed the bug allowing players to attack unscouted pastures through Fog of War if the pastures were built over previously scouted pastures. Okay. Fixed the bug allowing AI players to buy slow resources despite their markets being destroyed. Okay. Fixed the bug granting the intended bonus from Siege Engineers technology to demolition ships twice. Wow, okay. This is not relevant. Fixed an issue allowing monks to pass through obstructions. Okay. Fixed an issue allowing Mangonel Line to destroy unfinished gates with a single shot, regardless of the build percentage. Wow, okay. That never happened to me. Fixed an issue granting farms infinite food upon researching upgrades in a certain order. That never happened to me. Why don't I get any of these bugs on my games? I would love to have this once in a while. Fixed an issue increasing the work rate of town centers when the owner had a handicap. Okay. Fixed an issue making a group of monks tasked with converting a moving ram to go to the initial location instead of the unit convert. To go to the initial location of the unit instead of converting it. Yeah, that was a big glitch. I'm happy they fixed that. Fixed an issue preventing the Gaia player from being in post-Imperial Age and Defend the Wonder. Okay, whatever. Fixed an issue preventing villagers from stealing enemy farms. Amazing. This was so glitchy, and now it's fixed. This is amazing. This is really good. Fixed an issue preventing towers from automatically shooting in multiplayer games, forcing the players to manually target enemies. Amazing. That was so annoying. If these are actually fixed, this is really good for the game. Fixed an issue preventing trebuchets from being tasked with the move command when packing. Another huge fix. That's going to be a buff to me because I always get screwed over by that. Fixed ballistic upgraded units missing targets when firing from elevated terrain. Amazing. Improved lobby filtering in the custom games lobby. Amazing. This was so bad. If they actually fixed that, that's really good. But I don't believe them, you know? I don't believe that they actually fixed it, so we'll see. Prevented groups of monks from resetting their conversion timer when switching targets. So good. Wow, so good. Prevented monks from losing faith if they belong to a group of shift-queued monks in which another monk successfully converts a unit. Okay, so basically a monk overhaul. Prevented monks from slowing down when approaching siege units they are tasked to convert. Amazing. Prevented monks from stopping instead of chasing their target conversion while they have line of sight. So good. Prevented single monks from interrupting a conversion when shift-queued a garrison command as part of a group of units. Yeah, so good. All of these changes are really good. They were so annoying. You know what's crazy? I knew about all of these bugs just by playing. They happened so regularly. Prevented oystering ships from gathering from nearby gold mines after oysters are depleted. Okay, interesting. That never happened to me. Groups of units with speed up charge ability will no longer incorrectly receive the speed boost after receiving a guard command for each other. Okay. Fix an issue where certain units with splash damage would deal 1 more damage than expected to their main target. And to offset this change, elite fire archers gain +1 base attack. Oh. Okay, wow. That's they snuck in a balance change there. Okay. Interesting. So moving on now to the campaign stuff. We'll probably just skim over this real quick. So they changed the Inca campaign. If you guys want to see that, just pause and read. I'll scroll through it a little bit. Also, you can just check the link in the description. I'll try to add it there. Art of War has been updated. Campaign missions have been updated. I'll scroll slowly. Balance change. This is the bread and butter, guys. This is what people have been waiting for. And this is my area of expertise. So balance changes. So general changes. First off, Fortified Church. Bonus damage versus buildings reduced from +5 to 0. Whoa. Range reduced from 6 to 4. And range now increases with blacksmith attack upgrades. Okay, so this is actually 2 big changes. One of them is a big nerf. And the other one is kind of a rework. So this one is just a big nerf. And this one will only nerf the offensive church rush. So you guys watched that video that I played against Phosphor that one time where I got church rushed. I managed to win, but it was very difficult. The churches are able to kill the town centers and kill buildings. That is no longer going to be possible because they will be quite heavily nerfed here. And then they changed the churches a little bit. So you start off with only full range, which is a big nerf to Georgians specifically because you're often not on archer units with Georgians. But your range now increases with blacksmith attack upgrades. So in late game, your churches can go up to 7 range if you get bracer on both Georgians and Armenians. So this is actually a really good change to the churches. It makes them weaker early but stronger late. And it makes them not as strong offensively. It makes them more of a defensive building now, which is as intended. So this is actually great changes. Thumbs up from me. Siege Tower, finally. HP reduced from 220 to 175. Amazing. No longer increases movement speed with garrison infantry units. Amazing. Movement speed increased from 0.8 to 0.96. So it always moves 0.96 now. And for those who don't know, that's the same movement speed as an archer, which is way more fair. Beforehand, if you garrisoned infantry into the siege tower, when fully garrisoned, it moved at speed, I believe, 1.35. 1.35, which is the same speed as a knight before husbandry. So you outrun all infantry, all archers, you outrun knights before husbandry. You outrun everything. So this is a huge nerf to the siege tower and one that's justified. So we're no longer going to see the siege tower taxis be as abusable. It's still possible. You can still do it, but it's just not as overpowered, okay? And the siege tower now will be used for its intended purpose, which is really good. So it's a great change there. Elite Fire Lancer and the regular Fire Lancer. So these are the 2 things we saw abused at Red Bull. Let's see what the changes will be. So Elite and regular Fire Lancer cost increased from 40 wood, 45 gold to 45 wood and 45 gold. So a 5 extra wood cost. That's going to help make them less spammable, but it's not going to be that noticeable. Elite Fire Lancer upgrade cost increased from 650 food and 400 gold to 750 food and 400 gold. So an extra 100 food to the Elite Fire Lancer upgrade. Again, not that big of a deal. And Fire Lancer train time increased from 32 seconds to 35 seconds. Elite unchanged. And they no longer use the range attack in melee combat. Honestly, they got 3 really small nerfs. I don't think this will push Fire Lancer out of the meta. I think Fire Lancer will still be just as strong. It's just going to be a little less abusable. So it's going to feel slightly less spammable. It's also going to feel a little bit harder to get the upgrade, but not by that much because it's only 100 food. And they're going to be taking a little longer to train. So you're not going to feel a big difference, but it's going to be slightly less abusable. So it's like the unit went from like being overpowered to now it's just really strong. That's what's happening, okay? It's still going to be a really strong unit, and I'll tell you why it's still going to be a really strong unit. The unit itself, the stats on it was not changed, and that's what was really the problem. Now, my opinion is these changes are in the right direction because I don't want to see the unit gutted, okay? I want to see the unit feel strong, be strong. I want it to be a threat because it's a regional unique unit. It should be like quite strong, quite dangerous, right? So these changes are a step in the right direction. I don't know if they're going to be enough, but I think they're a step in the right direction. I don't want to see the unit get its stats gutted. I think the stats are fine. It's a very strong unit, obviously. Maybe a little less HP, but I think overall the stats are decent. I would like to see it adjusted on this wavelength. So I don't think this is enough, but a step in the right direction, no doubt. And it no longer uses the range attack in melee combat. This is going to make the unit a little smoother, probably a little stronger as well, which is funny. Because now it's going to be fighting in melee combat. As soon as the opponent leaves, it takes one more shot, which is really good. So honestly, with this involved, it might actually just feel like a buff, by the way, which is hilarious. Of course, that depends on how this actually works in practice. All right, a few other changes. So elites and regular skirmishers, bonus damage versus Mameluke armor class increased from 0 to +2. So skirmishers get back their anti-Mameluke damage, which is really good. Mamelukes were, way too strong in team games. Now every civ can make skirmishers against it to some extent. It'll only do +2, which is not that much, but still, it's going to be playable. This is a big nerf to Mameluke in 1v1, in my opinion. Not so much in team games. Heavy rocket cart increased from 130 wood, 155 gold to 135 wood, 155 gold. Gonna make the rocket cart slightly harder to afford. So now the rocket cart plus fire lancer strategy is quite nerfed, right? Because it's 5 wood per fire lancer and it's also 5 wood per rocket cart. So when you start leaking all these 5 woods, it's gonna feel like at some point you're not gonna even be able to afford the units. This change is a bit random, but I think it's just to make the rocket carts a little bit more difficult. A little bit more difficult to abuse. Watchtower line bonus damage versus ships reduced from +7, 9, and 10 to 6, 8, 9. Sea tower bonus damage versus ships reduced from 9 to 8. And existing farms and pastures are now proportionally affected by farm upgrades. Oh, that's huge. I had known about this, but I forgot about it. This needs a whole video on its own. Existing farms and pastures are now proportionally affected by farm upgrades. So what this means is that currently, how it works currently, before this patch, or in the past, I should say now. So before this patch, if you made a farm, and then you got horse collar a second later, the farm is built, you got a horse collar a second later, the farm is not affected at all by horse collar. Now, it works like bloodlines, where you make the farm, if it has full food and you get horse collar will affect it, and if it has half food, horse collar will affect it by half. So you get half the extra food from horse collar onto the farm. So this is actually really, really big. This will change how economies played out. I don't know how this will work out, but for example, it's a huge buff to Sicilians. It's a huge buff to most of the farming civilizations as well. This will change a lot. This needs a whole video. I think it's probably a good change though, because it doesn't make sense. It's the only economy upgrade in the game that if you get it a second after you make a farm, it does nothing. Every other economy upgrade in the game gives you some value no matter when you get it. So someone's saying that's a bad change and will destroy the game and strategies. I don't think so. I think it's actually a good change. It will change the strategies for sure. It's going to change the strategies for sure. But yeah, I don't know how exactly I feel about that. It'll take some testing. I think my initial thoughts is that it's a step in the right direction, but it'll take some testing before I can get you my exact opinions on it. Okay, we'll circle back to that one in a week or so. Naval gameplay update. So okay, there's a lot here. Holy, I kind of already went over this before, but I'll go through it again quickly. So fishing ships will be, do I care? Let's go through it. Fishing ships, HP reduced from 60 to 50. Armor reduced from 1 melee 2 pierce to 1 melee 1 pierce. Gather rate reduced by 15%. Fish trap gather rate unchanged. Can now gather gold from whales, a new aquatic resource, which is really cool. Can now garrison inside of docks for protection, shooting arrows at enemies. So we've seen this quite a bit now. New technology fishing line. So it's available in feudal age. 50 food, 100 wood, and 20 seconds to research. And its effect is fishing ships work 10% faster and carry +5. This is basically just now a precursor to gill nets, which does the same thing. And the carry +5 makes it good at gathering deep sea fish and not just good for fish traps now, which is good. So now there's fishing lines in feudal age and then gill nets in castle age. Fish trap increased HP from 50 to 250. Oh, what? That's a huge buff. What? Why were they buffed so much? HP increased from 50 to 250. That's way too much. Before, the fishing traps were like the weakness. Armor increased from 0-0 to 1-1. Wow, that's way too much. That's going to make the fish traps really hard to counterplay. Like in Black Forest, when you break in and you're trying to kill the guy's fishing traps, now you're going to be sitting there for half an hour. I like that they were squishy before, make them vulnerable. Trade cogs can be configured to trade for 100% gold, 100% wood, or 50-50. Really good change. That's going to make the water trading very fun. Technologies. So at the dock, you now have medium warships, which upgrades feudal age ships to war galley, fire ship, and war hulks. And then heavy warships, which does the same thing to galleon, fast fires, and carracks. So this is the imperial age upgrade. Demolition ship will have its own upgrade, so upgrades demolition rafts to demolition ships, and then heavy demo will upgrade demo ships to heavy demo ships. University Caravel hull, which makes ships move 10% faster. Clinker construction, ships move 10% faster as well. So you have two upgrades. You have to get one, then the other, of course. Siphons, fire ships gain an explosive charge attack. Very strong upgrade for the fire ships. Incendiaries, fire ships detonate when sunk, gaining blast radius. And then careening, ships get +1 pierce armor. Dry dock, ships get +1 pierce armor. So again, two upgrades. You have to get one and then the other. Don't worry about memorizing all this information. Like, what you have to know here is that water has gotten a huge rework, and we'll figure it out over time, okay? Warships. So new ship, the Hulk, the War Hulk, and then the Carrack. And it says all ships have received changes to their statistics, but not all changes are reflected in the notes here. We are just highlighting the larger changes, okay? So the Hulk is a fast ship with short-range grappling hook for close combat. High melee armor offers excellent resistance against fire ships. Vulnerable to longer range ships like galleys. Benefits from melee attack upgrades at the blacksmith. New ship, the catapult galleon. So this is the cannon galleon replacement for various civilizations. Has less range but more durability than a typical cannon galleon. And it does not need chemistry to unlock. So we have like dromans, we have luchans, we have cannon galleons, and now we have the catapult galleon. So tons of ships that are essentially the cannon galleon. Just they do different things. Speaking of Luchan attack reload time increased from 5 to 5.5. Demo ships have been adjusted completely, so HP attack and attack bonus is adjusted. So damage of the demo raft is down, demo ship is down, and heavy demo is down. So damage is just down. So we just nerfed demos. Okay. All right, galley line, HP attack, and the attack bonus is adjusted. I guess we nerfed the damage, but we gave them bonus damage. That's my guess here. So it's hard to like understand from this graphic or from this text what's actually going on here. So a galley line, it's just been adjusted. Fire ships adjusted and no longer deal both pierce and melee damage. They now only deal melee damage. Summary of changes compared to Thalassocracy 2. Okay, this is relevant for me, so I'm going to read this real quick. Hulk line, base damage decreased from 5 to 4. Now deals +1 versus fire ships. So Hulk will be weaker versus galleys, but stronger versus fire ships. Demolition ships, the upgrade has now been reduced from 100 wood, 150 gold to 50 wood, 100 gold. Easier to afford it. Makes sense. And the cost has been reduced from 70 wood, 80 gold to 45 wood, 80 gold. So demolition ships were made a lot better. Okay. Demolition line attack increased from 65 to 75, 80 to 95, and 95 to 120. Okay. So it's confusing because these numbers are different than what's up here. But this is basically the Thalassocracy 2 patch, which is a tournament that we played a few months ago that featured the water rework. And demolition ships actually got buffed from then. So now, the demolition ships were buffed from here by quite a lot. So they're nerfed compared to what they are now, but they're buffed from what they were in the patch. And they're now very cheap on the wood. So demos will be quite good, actually. Yeah, they're going to be quite good. Turtle ships have been changed. I don't really care too much. Fishing ship, short fish and deep fish. Gather rate reduced by 15%. Okay. Fish ships unchanged. Chinese dragon ship, unique unit HP reduced from 145 to 135. Okay. All military ship movement speeds reduced by 5%. Okay. Cool. So we're done with the water stuff. Again, if that was confusing to any of you, don't worry about it. We're going to go now into the last chieftain specific changes. So slingers have been reworked to be a potent regional unit for the Incas, Mapuches, Muisca, and Tupi. So before, the slinger was only for Incas. Now it's a regional unique unit. So not an actual unique unit for the Incas. It's regional for these 4 civilizations. And Incas got grouped up with the new DLC. So slinger, the cost was changed from 40 food, 40 gold to 70 food, 10 wood. Oh, it's a trash unit now. Oh, that's crazy. They made the slinger a trash unit. This will change so much how the game is played, you have no idea. So now, in late game, like for example, if you're doing like an Inca mirror, it's no longer about spamming Eagle Warriors or like infantry. It's gonna be all about skirmishers and slingers, right? Slingers are really good at this cost. They're gonna be harder to use in the mid game, but they're gonna be amazing in late game. Okay, the slinger's amazing in late game probably. Let's take a look. HP reduced from 40 to 35, so they made it a bit weaker. Attacks are reworked. So bonus for infantry reduced from +10 to +4. So they want to make it less anti-infantry and more of a general decent unit. So infantry is +10 to +4. It's been reduced a lot. Now deals +1 versus spearmen, +4 versus monks, and +3 versus siege weapons. So it's even stronger against spears compared to regular infantry. It's quite decent against monks, and it's quite decent against siege. Damn. Loses unique unit armor class, so it doesn't take bonus damage from samurai, and it gains the skirmisher armor class, which means does any civ have or any unit have bonus against skirmishers? Not really. Okay, that's a big change, by the way. We're gonna have to Bengalis. Oh yeah, the Bengalis, yeah, and then skirms, Bengalis and skirms, Bengali scouts. Okay. So Bengali scouts will deal extra damage with slingers. All right, civ-specific changes now. Armenians, the warrior priest cost increased from 30 food 50 gold to 40 food 50 gold. So a small nerf to the warrior priest, which is justified because this unit's actually kind of broken. Aztecs, new unit. Gain access to catapult galleons. Okay. Bengalis, Ratha pierce armor reduced from 2 to 1. Elite is unchanged. And elite Ratha cavalry archer armor class reduced from 1 to 0. For both the elite and regular Ratha. Okay, let me translate this to actual English. So the regular Ratha loses 1 armor. Elite is unchanged. Both the elite and the regular Ratha doesn't count as a cav archer, and this just means that any unit that has extra damage against cav archers, like skirmishers and camel archers, now don't deal extra damage to Ratha. That's all it means. So this is a buff to the elite Ratha, and this is a nerf to the regular Ratha. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what that means. Elite Genitor bonus damage versus Mamelukes. Versus Mameluke armor class increased from 0 to +2. So Genitors now deal 2 extra damage to Mamelukes. No, that's a double nerf. People are saying it's a double nerf. No. Is it? It's a double nerf. Oh. Okay, Ratha takes 1 extra damage. Okay, the Ratha takes 1 extra damage from skirms then. Okay, it's a double nerf. Wow. That's crazy. We're double nerfing the Ratha? Okay, so it now loses 1 pierce armor entirely, and it takes 1 extra damage from skirms. Okay. So the Ratha's really gutted. Yeah, the Ratha's super gutted. That's a shame. I don't think they needed a nerf for elite. They just had to nerf the phosphor rush with them. That's it. Berbers, elite Genitor bonus damage versus Mameluke armor class increased from 0 to +2. Okay, so they deal +2 damage against Mamelukes like the skirms. Burgundians, feudal age Flemish militia HP reduced from 45 to 40. Castle and Imperial versions unchanged. Perfect change. This unit was way too strong as it was. A small nerf will make it more balanced. And fishing lines available in Dark Age. This unit will still be good though because it's so spammable, but it's going to be less strong by a little bit, I guess. Byzantines, fire ships and dromans attack faster. Civilization bonus increased from 20% to 25%. Okay, so they're going to buff Byzantines again, which makes sense because they were kind of weak on the new water balance. Chinese, so the dragon ship HP reduced from 145 to 135, makes sense. Humans gain a new unit, so they gain access to catapult galleons, which is fair enough. Hindustanis, allied elite step lancers no longer benefit from the team bonus granting +2 attack versus buildings. Okay, so the team bonus does not apply to step lancers anymore, which makes sense. Incas. The Incas are receiving an update to their regional units alongside their change to the South American architecture set. So in new units, they gain access to champion warriors and catapult galleons. New buildings. They gain access to settlements now, which are basically like a mill, a lumber camp, and a mining camp, all in one building. Civilization bonuses. Soldiers cost less food, reduced from 10, 15, 20, 25 to 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. So that's their one big bonus has been nerfed, which is interesting. Houses provide +5 population space has been changed to houses and settlements provide +5 population space. I like that. Fabric shields. Effect reduced from +1 melee to and +2 pierce armor to +1/+1, and it now affects champion warriors. Okay. I don't know why they changed that, but I guess they don't have eagle warriors anymore. Yeah, elite Kamiyuk pierce armor increased from 0 to 1. Okay. But it no longer... Oh, okay, that's good. So Kamiyuk gets this, and it gets fabric shields. But okay. So normally they got the +2 armor from fabric shields. Now they get only +1, and then they get 1 here. So Kamiyuk will be unchanged. Lose access to eagle warriors. Lose access to lumber camps, mining camps, and mills. So instead of eagle warriors, they get champion warriors, and instead of these 3, they get settlements. For Italians, the dock and university technologies cost less civilization bonus changed, reduced from 33% to 25%. Makes sense. I like that. Khitans, herder gather rate reduced by 4%. Okay. Skirmishers, spearmen, and scout line train and upgrade faster civilization bonus reduced from 25% to 15%. So a nerf to Khitans. Double nerf it looks to Khitans. Don't know how strong this is, but a double nerf is a double nerf. So Khitans should be a little bit weaker into this patch. Koreans, elite turtle ship cost. Okay, so I don't really care about this, but we'll read it. Cost reduced from 152 wood, 180 gold to 152 wood and 130 gold. Okay, so it's made cheaper. The attack increased from 12 to 13. The pierce armor increased from 9 to 12. And the melee armor increased from 2 to 3. So they're just triple buffing turtle ships. What? I thought they were already strong. So we're triple buffing turtle ships. Okay. War wagon pierce armor reduced from 3 to 2. Elite unchanged. Okay, so they're nerfing the phosphor rush with the war wagons. That's what they're doing here. Okay, fair enough. It will make it harder for it to sit under town centers. Mayans, new units, gain access to catapult galleons. Poles, newly built folwarks now also collect 10% of current food from existing farms. Previously, only new farms granted the bonus. Wow, okay. So if you have farms and then you make a folwark near them, they gain 10% of the current food from existing farms. So you can just farm like normally and then make your folwarks later, which is interesting. I don't know how good this will be, but this is like a nice little... They're making poles a bit more flexible, I guess. Portuguese, the Carrack unique technology removed. New unique technology, circumnavigation. It's available in Castle Age, so it's the Silver Crown. And its cost is 250 food and 150 wood, and it takes 40 seconds to research. The effect is that it sets the entire map to explored, and it makes your ships train 33% faster. Now, this feels like it could be really good in certain cases, in my opinion. Especially like big maps, like big 4v4s. I think this could be really interesting. It doesn't feel that broken. Because usually when you get this, like when you research this, you already have like, you're already in like kind of late game, so you already know most of the map. But this could be really good. Especially for like water maps. You get to just see how everything's looking, which makes it interesting. And this applies to your entire team. So I think this, for me, this is like a team game technology. And then ships training faster is ridiculously strong, by the way. Because Portuguese before, I think they didn't get ship right. Lose access to demo ships, that's fine. Spanish, missionaries can now carry relics. That's a huge buff. Missionary with relic based movement speed reduced from 1.1 to 0.9, which is still really fast. This is absolutely broken. In my opinion, this will make missionaries... You don't need to make regular monks with Spanish. Like, ever, almost ever. The only time you make a regular monk is when you need extra range. Otherwise, missionaries will be broken. You just make missionaries, you run to the relics right away, and then the missionaries are just really good. So Spanish will be potentially meta on Arena, because you just rush to take all the relics, and they will be really good in Arabia 1v1 now, which is crazy to say. Yeah, Spanish became really strong. Missionaries were already kind of broken before, by the way. I had plenty of YouTube videos about them. Now they just got a huge buff. Should be fun to play as well. So if you like missionaries, this should make them like a lot more fun to play. Because getting the relics was the big problem beforehand, you know? Imperial Skirmisher bonus damage with Mameluke armor class increased from 0 to +3. Okay, makes sense. Vikings. Elite longboat HP reduced from 130 to 125. Elite from 135 to 130. They gain access to fire ships and fire galleys, but they lose demolition ships. Warship cost less. Civilization bonus reduced from 15, 15, 20 to 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that's way better. So they're just weaker in feudal age. Why was it ever 15, 15, 20? Like 10, 15, 20 is way better. Yeah, so this is just perfect. So they just kind of nerfed Vikings a little bit, but they gave them fire galleys. So Vikings will still be strong, but a little less overpowered. The way, I hope for a nerf here. Zambe Raider, train time increased from 26 seconds to 29 seconds. So that's their Cav Archer equivalent. And the cost has been increased from 60 wood, 25 gold to 65 wood and 25 gold. This unit got the Fire Lancer treatment. It's broken, so they nerf it a little bit, and now they want to monitor how it performs in the current meta. My take is it's still going to be really strong. You're not going to feel this that much. It's just going to be slightly less abusable. That's it. Slightly less abusable. But if the game calls for Zambe Raiders, you still go for them. Receives 1 free villager when researching the fishing lines technologies. Okay. So now they have an extra economy upgrade that they can get in hybrid maps, which is interesting. No nerf on the Tiger Cav, which is crazy because the Tiger Cav is easily one of the best units in the game. Like, I have a video coming out on this guy soon. It's easily one of the best units in the game. And then the Wu, Careening Dry Dock, available 1 age earlier, cost and research time minus 75%, civilization bonus changed, to Careening and Dry Dock for free. So Wu now gets those upgrades for free, which boosts the Pierce armor on ships, so that's quite interesting. Infantry regeneration HP civilization bonus adjusted from 10, 20, 30 to 10, 15, 30 in Feudal, Castle, and Imp. Why did they say adjusted? That's just a nerf, right? That's just a nerf in Castlage. That's all it is. So this is a nerf specifically to Gen Swordsman, I guess. And then another nerf for Gen Swordsman. So Gen Swordsman shielded. Melee armor reduced from 2 to 1 to 2 from 2 to 0. Okay. So they're going to be even weaker to like longswords and knights when they're in their anti-archer form. So a nerf to Gen Swordsman, which is probably justified. And that's it. That's the Chronicles. No, that's not it. We're still going to continue. This is huge. Bear with me, guys. It's worth doing this, by the way. It's worth going through everything because you just do all the information in one shot, and then you can just go back to this video if you ever forget anything. So some Chronicle things. If you guys care about that, just pause and read. So they changed the random maps. Thank God, because Arabia, let me talk about this for a second. Arabia has been genuinely one of the worst, most heinous maps we've ever had in the last year or so. The current Arabia script is garbage. It's horrible. It made me and many other top players not want to play the game for months, maybe even up to like a year. It's been horrible. So I hope they actually address that correctly. With that said, let's go ahead and take a look. Map balance. Arabia. Remove the chance for occasional extreme elevation generation. Occasional. Brother, this was every game. Do you guys even play? It's not occasional. Stop lying to me. They've been lying to me for years. I don't trust these guys anymore. It was every game. Massive hill in the center. 12 tiles. Crazy. It was a freaking gold rush. Neutral gold piles can now spawn anywhere on the map, no longer limited to the sides of the center exclusively. I told them to change this a year ago. Finally, they listened. Finally. So how it is now is that the neutral gold piles are just in the center always. So you have a massive hill, gold in the center. It's literally Gold Rush, the worst map in the game. Now they've reduced the elevations, and they made the gold piles that can spawn in the middle, the extra ones, or on the sides. So it's not limited to either. It can change. Variation is good. Variation is very good. Decrease the number of predators on the map. That's good. The secondary faraway group of huntable animals for each player will now always match the primary one. For example, if a player spawns with nearby deer, the further neutral patch will also be deer. And if a player spawns with nearby chickens, the further/neutral patch will always be chickens as well. Very good. So you no longer have neutral deer when it's a chicken Arabia. So for playing chicken Arabia, it's only chickens on the map, which is really good. In high level play, this was a bit cancerous because you have chicken Arabia, but top players always want to lure deer because deer is like kind of broken. It goes straight to your town center, which is really broken. So even if you have chicken Arabia, top players would just scout the map looking for neutral deer. And if one person finds them and the other doesn't, the person who finds them has a massive advantage. So now this is more balanced in the sense that you don't have, you still have the variety of chickens and deer, but you don't have a situation where one guy finds neutral deer and the other guy doesn't. So really good. The number of additional huntable animals now also varies. Okay. What does that mean? I don't know exactly what this means, but I guess the neutral huntable animals will now vary in how much you can find. We'll see how that is. Increase the number of themes. So by themes, it means how many different Arabias you can have. And I think that this is like different themes of the map, I assume. I'm not sure. Unless this is talking about the animals specifically. Coastal Forest added a neutral indestructible dock in the furthest corner from the players, allowing them to trade with it. Okay. Fortress adjusted the amount of starting villages for Redisat game mode on the map Fortress. Okay. And multiple water and hybrid maps, they added whales, which are now like deep sea gold. You can like, they're deep sea fish, but they give you gold instead of food, which I think is really cool, by the way. Adds a little bit of strategy depth to water maps. Okay, fixed an issue where incorrectly defined terrains in random map scripts can result in inconsistent outcomes. That's whatever. Additions. Added new terrains. Forest, dry South American. Okay. Water, weeds. Okay. Terrace, cliffs. Oh, okay. Added a new cliff type. Oh, that's cool, actually. I like that. That looks really cool. Added new trees. Oak green. Monkey puzzle. Brazil wood. Wax palm. Papaya tree. Oh, that's nice. That's a new forage bush. That's nice. Pineapple tree. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. You know, this is the kind of thing that makes me happy because it's so cool. It's so cool for like your casual player, and it just makes the game feel like there's more variety. I appreciate that. I really do. Added a new herdable animal, the capybara. Look how cute these guys are. Added a new violent huntable animal, the tapir. Oh, so the capybara, you can take them in like cows, and the tapir is kind of like a boar. Added new prey huntable animals. See, these are like deers. They're the guanaco, and the rhea. And the wild alpaca is a new decorative wild animal. So kind of like the camels that do nothing. It's the wild alpaca. Added a new scout animal, the alpaca. Okay. Added new predator animals. So you have snakes, amphibious animal that wanders around the map, deals poison damage. My goodness. Cayman has lower base stats than other predators, but with a charge attack. This is a South American crocodile, by the way. Yeah, they added Viper to the game, by the way. Viper didn't make it to Red Bull, so they put Viper in the game. Viper will be at Red Bull, 100%. There has to be a snake. There has to be a snake. Okay, the caimans are like South American crocodiles. Black Panther. Oh my goodness, collaboration with Marvel. Swiftly runs to its targets. Oh god, it's fast, isn't it? It's fast. Added new birds, condor, flamingo. This is just to kind of spice up T90's commentary. This guy's always looking at the birds, so they're just giving him something else to look at. You know, poor guy's been looking at the same birds for 20 years. Let him look at a flamingo for a change, or a condor. That's nice. Added a new marine gold source, the whales. Look at those guys. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's like MBL's mom is there. You gotta go get it. You know what I mean? Look at that. Added new strings for assigning as name ID attribute to existing animals. Okay, I don't know what that means. Howler monkey. Oh, that's nice. Added a new rock object. Okay. Howler monkey. That's nice. I like that. Lobbies and matchmaking. Okay. Networking. Set up a new server infrastructure in Texas and Chile, improving latency for Central and South American players. This is so good. You guys know the player Hart? Hart is a guy that complains all the time that he's got like 40 less ping than a South American when playing on the Brazil server. Now, if they play on Chile or like Central US, it's going to be a lot more fair. So this is amazing. This is really good. AI, some changes to AI. I'll probably pass over this. Pathfinding. I'll pass over this. But I'll go to pathfinding. Improved buildings, waypoint, ungarrisoned behavior. That's really good. I don't believe that they did this, by the way. I don't believe that they actually changed it correctly. But I think if they did it correctly, this is really good. Improved ungarrisoned cavalry units obstacle detection after being ungarrisoned. I don't know what that means. Mitigated range units regrouping when being issued a movement command after shooting. You're lying. You're lying. I don't believe that that's true. If this is true, the game is good again. Mitigated range units unintentionally funneling into narrow spaces when microing. You're joking! I don't believe them. They've lied to me too much. They've lied to me too much. I don't believe them. If this is properly changed, the pathing could actually be good. But I don't believe them. Yeah, and also, why did they say mitigated, not fixed? Why did we just change it a little bit? This is some freaking... You know what this is? This is some corporate BS. I smell corporate BS. It's like we're working on it. They're using loose lingo. I don't like this. I don't think they changed shit, to be honest with you. I don't believe them. Exactly. This is like legal loopholes. Like, technically you can't sue them for bad pathing because they've improved the pathing on range units in certain unintentional situations that happen every single time you try to move them. I don't believe them, but if they actually change this for the better, the game is good again. Modding, we're going to skip because I don't know anyone who mods, but if you want to check it out, again, just link in the description. Scenario editor, we'll skip as well. New editor objects, okay, that's pretty cool. I like new ruins. I actually like ruins. I think they're really cool. War dogs, oh my goodness. This is me and the boys. This is Team Vitality right here. Look at this. This is us. This is us. Gunpowder kegs, oh my goodness. Oh, this is nice. Okay. All right, cool. We're going to skip through here. Localization, don't really care. Investigation. Disclaimer. Let's read this. Hold on. As always, we are continuing to track issues reported by the community for future updates. For other known issues, please visit this page to see what's being tracked. I'm going to see this page. Below is a list of issues we're tracking. Bugs, crashes. Oh god, no, I can't be bothered, guys. All right, fair enough. So that was a monster patch. We went over everything to do with the Last Chieftains. This just came out today. I covered absolutely everything relevant. If you want to go over some of the parts that I skimmed over, or you want to read it for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. But as always, thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. Send this video to some of your friends if you want to get them back into the game, because it's a really big patch. And feel free to come back to this video if you ever forget what what some of the changes are, because I covered absolutely everything. So take care. I'm gonna go play some games now. I'm gonna go make a lot of videos on stream with all the new stuff and have some fun. So that's what it's all about for me. I'm gonna go have some fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.